Imagine waking up and seeing headlines across the world. Scientists detected an object in our solar system, one not cataloged, not forecasted, and not behaving like anything seen before. Its official identifiers are still pending, but inside the astrophysics community, the name spreading faster than data is Nemesis Comet. No slash, no code, no formality, just Nemesis. Today, we unravel why this name sends tremors through the world's science agencies. Just days ago, an international alert was triggered via the asteroid early warning system, usually reserved for planetary emergencies. But this time, nothing matched standard threat lists. What was first seen as a dim star in an amateur astronomer's field of view from Chile turned out to be a new celestial intruder, one with a velocity that immediately defied solar system logic. This wasn't an asteroid on a weird orbit, nor a comet flaring up for the first time. This thing was jumping, making sudden, measurable changes in its trajectory, unlike anything governed by gravity or solar wind. Agencies scrambled. The European Space Agency trained its newest array on the object. The U.S. Deep Space Network broke standard operating orders to activate every dish pointed at the Nemesis vector. In less than an hour, what seemed like static became a coordinated global effort. Japan, China, Australia, even private satellites, everyone checked in. What they found stunned them. The Nemesis object didn't just alter its path, it did so on a regular cycle, diverting by precise angles every 15 hours, as if receiving instructions. But what set the internet on fire wasn't just its impossible maneuvering. It was the data whispering through the networks, the hints of a pulsing light in the ultraviolet, a frequency modulation that corresponded to prime numbers, and the object's green hue, already trending with the hashtag green ghost. NASA and ESA, the usual suspects for cosmic mystery control, both released awkward press statements at midnight. Preliminary data under review. Coordination ongoing. Translation. They have no idea what's going on, and they're terrified the public will know it. Let's slow down. What do we know for sure? The Nemesis comet is not in an orbit predicted by any simulation. Everyone and their grandmother has been running models, and none can get it to wind up where it is unless they allow for forces unaccounted for in classical mechanics. One team at Caltech ran scenarios using dark matter, quantum gravity, and even rogue black hole interference. Nothing fits. The only thing every model agrees on: the object is accelerating, but not in the direction you'd expect from radiation pressure or gravitational assist. The next anomaly appeared in spectral analysis. Instead of the common signatures of ice, carbon dioxide, and silicates, Nemesis shows a chemical dance. High traces of neon, argon, and bafflingly, odd mass isotopes never seen in a natural setting. The signals are so strange, labs have begun checking their detectors for malfunctions. A grizzled old spectroscopist at the VLT in Chile reportedly said, "Either we invented a new kind of cosmic prank, or we're looking at the universe winking at us." Panic, then awe, then something even stranger. On the second day of observation, the Nemesis comet started emitting hydrogen radio bursts, a triplet of pulses exactly 56 seconds apart, every 12 minutes, like a cosmic metronome. For SETI researchers, this is catnip and pure torture. It's ordered regular, but not encoded in any classic digital format. Top decoding teams from 3 continents have joined what the community now calls the Nemesis Signal Project, with live data feeds pushing millions of viewers to obsess night and day, hunting for patterns. Then came the public leak, an audio recording allegedly from inside ESA's crisis room, whispered to online forums late at night. We're tracking something that changes the rules, and the rules just changed again. Forums erupted. Twitter replacement feeds overflowed with speculation and alarm. Some claimed alien probes, others secret military operations. A quiet minority suggested something scarier. Our physics isn't wrong, but something wants us to think it is. As Nemesis drew closer, astronomers witnessed its glow shift. Not just a standard outgassing event or rotation. The green intensified, then flickered, then stabilized. Brightness curves don't match any known comet or asteroid. A debate spilled into live streams. Could this be a cloaking system, cycling energy from solar to ultraviolet, hiding data in its light? Harvard's Dr. Molly Lee weighed in live. We should keep every hypothesis on the table, and right now, nothing is off. Media headlines have a field day. Comet or craft? Nemesis breaks physics again. Green ghost in the sky. But real tension builds among those who watch the data. Ground telescopes catch a faint, narrow beam stretching from the object at intervals. Most dismiss it as artifact, but archive frames show its consistency. When amateur astronomer Ray Sato overlays the signal arrival times with these flashes, they sync, almost perfectly. Signals beaming, light pulses flaring, as if advertising intention. Everyone wants answers. The United Nations issues a bland directive for transparency. Social media speculation explodes. Is Nemesis a warning, a visitor, or a message? Is it natural, or the first undeniable artifact of a thinking mind beyond humanity? And in the background, a haunting question grows. What does it want? The next orbit brings Nemesis close to Mars. Every spacecraft orbiting the red planet is repurposed to watch the event. The Mars orbiters HiRISE, Maven, even the Chinese Tianwen 1, each uploads images in near real time. And just as with previous cosmic anomalies, the highest resolution frames vanish from public servers. Screenshots and leaks survive, but gaps ignite new legend. What are they hiding? As the hours passed after Nemesis's closest approach to the sun, the world braced for updates. You could feel the anticipation in crowded chat rooms, midnight streams, and the quiet glow of telescopes tracking the object's motion. The instant Nemesis began to drift off predicted course, analysts scrambled to update public simulation models. Suddenly, its direction pointed not toward deep space emptiness, but straight toward Jupiter's magnetic plane, a region bustling with intense fields, radiation belts, and the famous Juno spacecraft. Whispers started again, not only in internet forums, but from inside observatory control rooms. Was this a coincidence, or was Nemesis navigating? The math got wild. For Nemesis to adjust like this, some calculated it would need to shed or redirect massive amounts of velocity, far more than any outgassing ever measured. Yet, there were no clear jets, no explosions of gas matching the observed changes in speed. Some scientists called the maneuver classical, small course corrections from particles interacting with solar wind or dust. Others began examining something that sounded absurd at first, that Nemesis was leveraging Jupiter's magnetic fields, pulling off a maneuver that only spacecraft designers dream about. Meanwhile, new images surfaced from China's Chang'e Deep Space Array, the Russian branch of the International Asteroid Network, even South Africa's newest optical telescope. Nemesis's green glow remained, but something had changed. Its tail began to split into two distinct filaments, one stretching behind, one arcing forward, against all known comet tail behavior. NASA quietly admitted to ongoing anomaly investigation, while the European Space Agency released only low-res images, each more cryptic than the last. Then came the next shock. Amateur radio astronomers, inspired by the hydrogen burst craze from days earlier, picked up a new pattern. Nemesis repeated the triple tone, but then it added a fourth pulse, a long, slow sweep, as if the object was not just communicating, but answering something. This got the SETI researchers in California talking directly to ESA signal analysts in real time, trading spectral data on encrypted channels. For the first time, an array of spectrographs in Finland, Chile, and Australia locked onto the same sequence and confirmed it could not be natural interference. The phrase deliberate entropy management, a favorite rumor from months ago, popped up in official reports. Public speculation reached fever pitch. Was Nemesis echoing or relaying another object's signal? Anonymous accounts posted charts aligning pulse timings with comet positions relative to Jupiter, suggesting communication or synchronization. Harvard's Dr. Molly Lee went on record proposing that if Nemesis was receiving and relaying, it could be a beacon or a node in a galactic network. The term celestial router appeared everywhere, memes and all. At the same time, citizen astronomers dug into NASA's archived simulation codes, discovering new hidden flags labeled Exercise Alert Extended. The day this leaked, scientists speculated Nemesis's mission might not even be to interact with us, but to point the way toward new physics. By now, the phrase artificial transit object trended next to Nemesis probe and green ghost anomaly globally. Even some world governments began to notice, drafting policy memos about international data access restrictions and the handling of deep sky lockdown protocols. Secrecy, it seems, only bred more interest. And then Nemesis flickered. Global detection networks lost the object for almost an hour, all instruments going dark at once. What followed was a brief reappearance, Nemesis glowing again but further ahead, off the predicted course, heading fast toward the magnetic rivers near Jupiter. In new images, the tail appeared enveloped by a faint, symmetrical circular halo, sparking rumors about plasma shields, natural or otherwise. NASA and ESA repeated claims about temporary data artifacts. Privately, their labs sent emails with phrases like coherence event and external transmitter interference. The world, meanwhile, was riveted. Hundreds of thousands tuned in. YouTubers posted frame by frame breakdowns of the reemergence, and every major streamer asked, is Nemesis still responding to the sun's activity, or did it just ghost us all again? As Jupiter drew closer, Nemesis increased brightness. Color curves now showed not one, but three periodic shifts between green, amber, and violet, a never before seen signature, as if Nemesis was cycling through cosmic languages. Plasma physicist Dr. Drew, already famous for analyzing the October solar flare, speculated these color pulses were Nemesis modulating its plasma envelope in response to Jupiter's enormous field. Sure enough, timing matched exactly with the planet's magnetosphere, as Nemesis crossed at just the right angle for maximal exposure. The dominoes fell fast. At 4:17 Universal Time Coordinated, the Juno spacecraft reported a brief, powerful spike in local electromagnetic activity, not a burst, but a brief suppression, as if Nemesis had dialed down the local field like a cosmic light switch. For hours, Nemesis hovered near the field boundary before flickering again, temporarily vanishing from most visual spectrums, only to reappear at a slightly earlier orbital position. This raised the ultimate question. Did Nemesis just demonstrate field manipulation, energy shielding, or something no one's ever imagined? Not to be outdone, Mars orbiters, still tracking the object's path, confirmed microdust particles trailing in Nemesis's wake. Their composition matched the strange neon and argon traces first seen weeks before, raising questions about the object's real mass and makeup. Was Nemesis dropping probes, conducting experiments, or simply shedding debris in response to energy changes? The debate raged while internet sleuths compiled every available frame, comparing halo shapes and color shifts. None of this settled the main issue, the meaning of Nemesis's visit. Some world leaders cautioned the public, remain calm, science must catch up to observation. Others quietly ramped up space sensor deployments, weather satellites, and network monitoring. As November rolled on, the Nemesis object stayed close to Jupiter, its green glow a steady beacon. The world waited for the next anomaly to hit. What came next surprised everyone. On a cold morning, deep space tracking dishes in the southern hemisphere detected a faint, repeating binary sequence at 1420 MHz, coded with an unmistakable regularity. Data analysts everywhere gasped. It wasn't noise, it wasn't a random artifact, it was the simplest greeting conceivable. Prime numbers, repeated, increasing, then cycling down again. The message: we see, we transmit, we signal. The SETI team almost refused to believe it, running dozens of checks, but each confirmed. Results leaked immediately. Forums, live streams, even news stations started speculating. Was this Nemesis talking, or was it confirming the existence of a network? Within hours, Harvard's Dr. Lee posted a viral interview. What we are witnessing is not just a natural event. It's a transmission, a beacon, a cosmic hello. Simultaneously, the world recognized a sobering truth. Whatever Nemesis was, the universe had just whispered back. Scientists rushed to recalibrate. The world's amateur astronomers pointed telescopes skyward, hunting for new objects. Dozens of faint green trails appeared, some following Nemesis, others hovering far off course. Was the network bigger? Was Nemesis a scout, a relay, or something deeper? The idea of a galactic internet, pulsing in hydrogen frequencies and cosmic color codes, suddenly looked less like science fiction and more like breaking news. Back in the official halls of science, NASA and ESA convened an emergency symposium inviting physicists, chemists, biologists, signal analysts, all tasked with deciphering the Nemesis encounter. Private emails circulated in science circles about plans for new missions, engineering probes designed to chase Nemesis's trajectory, to sample its dust, decode its signals, mimic its energy tricks. The public, too, was transformed. For the first time in centuries, the world's attention turned upward in collective awe. Comment sections filled with hope and inspiration as much as speculation and conspiracy. Livestream hosts urged viewers to stay curious, to keep questioning, to help crowdsource the next breakthrough, to never stop watching. And as Nemesis continued its journey, either fading into deep space or looping again for another round through the solar system, one idea rang louder than all the noise. The universe is talking. Are we ready to listen? After the world's telescopes caught those prime number transmissions, the sense of collective awe amplified. Late night talk shows, scientific roundtables, and even political news cycles all pivoted to a single subject: Nemesis and the possibility of cosmic contact. Kids asked teachers if aliens were visiting, while the most skeptical experts called for international research teams to parse every wavelength and transmission. The narrative kept evolving, with Nemesis drifting toward deep interplanetary space. Researchers theorized its journey was mapped out long before humanity ever built telescopes. Calculations from orbital models suggested Nemesis was making use not only of gravity assist from massive solar system bodies, but manipulating magnetic fields that would take centuries of human engineering to reproduce. Every new batch of data showed gravitational anomalies. Physicists debated in podcasts whether this meant the object operated with onboard field generators or if it had discovered unknown principles of mass interaction. Citizen scientists joined in, repurposing home radio dishes and drone telescopes to track side signals. One breakthrough came when software developer Jamie Little posted his raw, unfiltered data sequences, showing that as Nemesis passed Saturn's rings, new bursts appeared in the exact intervals predicted by models, but at frequencies previously undetectable to standard instruments. Amateur astronomers became key players in the discovery race, crowdsourcing code improvements overnight as the Nemesis Signal project expanded to tens of thousands of participants. In parallel, major agencies escalated their game. NASA and ESA issued open calls for collaboration, essentially crowd testing hypotheses in real time and sharing encrypted feeds to vetted data jockeys around the globe. It became the biggest space event of the millennium, secondary only to the first walk on the moon, possibly even surpassing it in terms of sheer public engagement and global scope. Midway through December, a new layer to the mystery appeared. As Nemesis's green glow waxed and waned during its passage along the outer solar system, instruments picked up fragments of strange composite particles trailing in its wake. These were not ordinary bits of rock, ice, or dust, but layered clusters of organic molecules, chained together in sequences unlike any found elsewhere. The legendary astrobiologist Dr. Peterson from Cambridge described them as the closest thing to a coded biological advert ever seen in the cosmos. Controversy reignited. Were these organic chains natural debris, products of unique chemistry, or something far more intentional, a message, even a sample, cast off for others to discover? The debate went global again. Wake-up talk shows ran speculative stories about DNA in space. Science podcasts debated if the samples could be prebiotic seeds, deliberate byproducts of engineering, or even cosmic breadcrumbs left by advanced intelligence to test planetary biospheres for readiness. Next came rapid moves on Earth. Leading labs performed remote spectrometry, racing to decode any possible biological signals in particle samples. Several private research groups deployed high-altitude drones equipped with spectrometers, hoping to catch fragments as Nemesis's dust drifted into the upper atmosphere. The stakes: first confirmed contact, artificial biology, new science, or a new kind of cosmic communication, got higher with every particle detected. Meanwhile, the story returned to its original roots. People, no matter the background, joined the investigation. School science clubs, retired engineers, space enthusiast networks all pooled resources for the cosmic chase. Live streamers broadcasted every day. narrating signal updates, chemical weirdness, and the collective global effort converging toward a single mystery. What is Nemesis really, and what does it mean for us? As Nemesis approached interstellar departure, the prime number transmissions slowly faded out, replaced by a steady, lingering pulse. Scientists believed it was a sign, a final handshake, a way to mark the end of the encounter, or maybe the beginning of something new. Networks remained open, telescopes remained trained, and the world listened, knowing that even a whisper from Nemesis could mean more than decades of waiting for that next sign. So here we are, some answers in hand, more questions on the way. The green comet Nemesis changed the way humanity looks up, maybe forever. The search is never over. Stay curious. Keep watching. The sky is alive and waiting.